We're giving you the insider information that nobody else gets. So,
hello. These are our panelists. We have senior through freshman. How it's going to work is when you guys have a question, you're going to raise your hand, and then they're going to take turns picking on you. So, and actually take turns picking people. So, yeah, we might not get to all of your questions, and if we don't, sorry about that, but maybe you could figure out something so you can get all questions answered.
Yeah, because you guys are lucky you guys get to have this, because I really wish I had this kind of opportunity when I was in 8th grade. But now that I'm in there and I've experienced it, I'm like, oh my God, what was I worried about? This isn't nearly as bad as I thought.
And if there's dead space, we can make it really awkward.
Yes.
So.
and we have a tendency to mistake like you scratching your head for you having a question. So,
Just think of something.
So if you have an itch, don't itch it until you have a question. You want to talk to teachers? Scary teachers? Mean
have you heard any rumors about teachers? Who have you heard about? Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed's
my
awesome.
My sister says Mr. Reed's cool, and my brother said Lucas. Lucas.
He made me cry.
Wow, how?
Because, okay, he taught the biology class when I was a sophomore.
Wait,
And it was
Mr. Reed?
yes, it was the dissections. So I asked him a week in advance if I could do an alternative assignment. That way, and I would just not go to the class that day. I would work on my assignment in a different classroom. No one would have to know. Day comes, and he's like, okay, Becky, you can go in that group. And I just stood there. I was like, I can't do this. And I started bawling. And he took me outside of the classroom. He goes, I'm sorry I had to do this. I had to make a point that I can't just let people out. You can go to a different classroom now. I was angry. He made me cry. But after that, we're good friends now, so it's okay.
One teacher I know you will all enjoy as long as you don't take advantage of his lax cell phone policy is Mr. Turrentine. People call him Mr. T. If he really likes your class, he might occasionally bring in donuts for people's birthdays.
Yes. He used to play Friday every Friday. That's my jam.
It's an awful song.
Yeah.
The biggest expectation I have is that when you get to high school, you should be able to conduct yourself like we deal with kids from 14 to 18 I see every day. I expect freshmen to not know everything, but at least be open to learning new things, and behavior-wise, if the teacher's speaking, that you listen to what they're saying. You're going to get plenty of time that you're going to be able to talk to your friends.
Should I introduce myself first too?
You can if you want to.
Hi, I'm Coach Reidemeyer, and I am the assistant coach for the baseball team, and I also teach 10th grade world history.
Hello, I'm Mr. Hamilton. I'm the World Studies teacher, assistant football coach, and assistant wrestling coach here at Piper High School. Should I be honest on this?
Yes, that's what I'm going for. Complete honesty.
Being a freshman teacher, my expectations are rather low. The first year I taught, it was a big adjustment for me to realize, hey, I've got to teach them how to be high schoolers. The maturity level's got to come up. The expectations that they have to meet here are so high that, I've got to slowly move them into that. Is this recording stuff?
Yeah.
It's pretty...
Continue.
So basically, we can expect the maturity of Mr. Reidemeyer from freshman.
All right. I know that as coming up from 8th grade, you have to pretty much teach 8th graders how to be high schoolers, and that's what we as freshman teachers really spend a lot of time on in the first semester, as we try to teach not only the schedule, how to use a locker, how to be on block scheduling, how to handle the homework, the harder test. It really is a big workload for 8th graders moving on to freshman year. For my classroom, and just like every classroom, it's expected that you take care of your business and do what you're supposed to do, get your work in on time. As 8th graders come into high school, we deal with a lot of detentions, a lot of ISS, because just the not being able to meet expectations of how to act in the classroom, not being able to meet expectations academically, so you don't get a lot of ineligibilities at the beginning. So that's one of the things that us as freshman teachers try to teach is, hey, you've got to start. There's not. We're not expecting you to be an adult responsibility-wise, but you have to start taking on your own responsibility, and just a little at a time. And there's going to be times where it's going to be like, I can't handle this, I can't get this done, I can't get that done. But it's part of high school, learning how to manage and how to meet the expectations in every class. My ideal batch of freshmen would be a group of freshmen that's willing to come in and basically just do what they're asked. We expect you to grow up quickly and be high schoolers, but at the same time, we don't expect you to know it all right away. It's something that when we ask you, come in, do it this way, next time you come in, do it that way.
In my ideal Wonderland batch of freshman students, it really doesn't matter on what class that I'm talking about. I ask if they're energetic, which is not usually a problem for freshmen. I ask that they're organized and that they try to keep their thoughts together, that they keep their due dates together, they keep all of that nicely organized. That they get involved and that they don't decide, well, I'm only a freshman, I can't do this, or I'm not going to get a role, so I don't try.
Act like you're supposed to act in high school, act like you're supposed to act in class, and it's pretty much a set level throughout all freshman teachers, all high school teachers, that you may want to act mature, but you're going to have the consequences of being immature. That would be ideal. It's just somebody who's willing to pay attention and do what they're supposed to do, instead of wanting to do the kind of immature thing of, well, this is what I got away with 2 years ago. Well, this is high school.
Ideal freshman would be somebody that likes to come to school, and likes to come to school because you have to find something that you like to do while you're here. You're not all going to get straight A's when you're here, and I don't expect you. I didn't get straight A's, don't tell anybody, when I was in high school. That's not the worst thing that can happen, but at least while you're here to try your best and to try and learn new things, you're just trying to figure out what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
A lot of students that will come in and I guess you could call it they want to be babied to be a high schooler. They want to act like, I can get this, they want the second chances on every homework. They want me to repeat the assignment or tell me that I never told them what the assignment was when, it's all posted and I give out rubrics and things like that. So, the real problem is it's just students that kind of hold themselves back, that say, oh, I'll just get it in 2 weeks, like I used to do. Well, that's not available anymore. Here in Piper, we expect you to do it on time, and heck, it might be a project and you might say, oh, you never told me that. Well, it's in writing right in front of you. So, that's one of those things that I see is that it's kind of like a helpless syndrome that, oh, it was never there. But, it really is. You just got to wait. You got to stop putting it off and saying, oh, I'll do this after, after a few times I've been warned, So that's really the biggest problem.
A lot of the issues I have come up are with freshmen not knowing when due dates are because I said them, but they were doing something else when that was going on, so that will help you out a lot.
It sounds scary, but again, it's one of those things where we have staff that's here to help 8th graders get to their freshman level. Some of them will come in and be perfectly fine, others will learn on the way. I've seen a lot of growth from freshmen to sophomores, and a lot of students, and it's kind of like, when you just kind of gonna get it, and
that's what high school is all about. You're not gonna know walking in the door that you want to take all these classes because you want to be a pediatrician. You don't know that yet. So the ideal group would be a group that wants to learn and kind of have a good time while they're here and figure out what they're going to do with their life. This freshman class has been one of the probably best I've ever had. There's a few that I have, issues with, but in general, it's been a really good group. They come in, they are energetic, they want to learn things, they want to do what's right, and in general, they work pretty hard. So it's been a pretty good group.
Who are the nice teachers and what teachers do I have to stay away from?
I don't think you can just not stay away from them. You'll have them at some point, but
Ever's
sweetie.
sweetie.
She's
The school
yeah. Whenever she's been pregnant every year so far, so she's really nice when she's pregnant. It seems.
So
otherwise,
again,
she's not
before she
very
comes
nice.
back.
She will yell at you. She sends people out in the hallway all the time.
One of the teachers, Carmen, has an unusual affection for this teacher, but Mr. Briggs, not very many people like him.
Why? I don't understand.
No, okay. Mr.
He's
Briggs,
very passionate about his job.
I had him freshman year for geometry, and some of you will probably have him. Okay, you walk into class the first day, and he lectures, like, the whole class. So you're
Tell him that
sitting
Briggs is
there,
mad about nothing.
and you're just sitting there, and he keeps talking about, like, angles. And you're just, like, you will find yourself spacing out. Like, 1 second you're listening, and the next second you're thinking about how you're going to do your hair the next day. Like, it's bad.
He also
okay?
tells some
He tells the best jokes ever?
that are
Okay,
not very
you're
funny.
okay. No, you know the jokes where, like,
But
they're
we
really
still
not
laugh at them.
funny?
The cheesy ones, especially the cheesy math ones. Do you have
You
any
got it.
examples?
No, I have a Thanksgiving joke though. It's one of his. But like the thing about his jokes is like on his delivery, he's like, you know.
Wait, if you laugh at his jokes, he will not rant as much about random things because like
Yeah,
he
I
will
never
be
get that in my class.
he will be explaining something on the calculator.
And then he gets mad.
And then he will be yeah, I don't want to have to like I don't want tomorrow for you to come in here and be like, now where is this button? Because I'm showing you right now where this button is.
No, okay, freshman year, guys, if you have him, bring your calculators. I'm not even kidding. Bring your calculator, okay?
Yeah,
My freshman year, I didn't bring my calculator one class period. He went on for 10 minutes asking me where it was. And then he was like, pretending to do dog eat it. I was like, no, Mr. Briggs, I have a dog. Where is it? So just bring your calculator, okay?
You guys won't have to deal with Mr. Warren, I don't think, but he likes to call students out for no reason except because he can.
He likes to make fun of kids.
He likes to make you confident in yourself. That's his whole deal is don't let yourself be pushed around by somebody bigger than you, older than you, more experienced than you. Just stand your ground. Yeah, Mr. Warren, he will tell you no about going to the bathroom and getting a drink. Just go. Just be like, Mr. Warren, can I go? No. Can I go? No. Can I go? No. I'm going.
Yeah.
And
Can you
then,
go? It usually is like, you know, hey, Mr. Warren, I'm going to the bathroom. No, you're not. Yeah, okay, bye. And then I hate you. Then you just walk out.
And Miss Marietta announced Swedish personalized.
We have different opinions about Miss Marietta.
I never public my hair every day.
And with that in mind, one more question.
How's the lunch? Is it
It's the
We
same.
have exactly the same lunch. They just give us more options each day. Like we have a salad bar now. Does that cover the question? It's the same lunch. Okay. I knew you had one. You were dying to ask.
Do they sell Bosco steaks in?
Sometimes.
They sell them sometimes. They used to be everybody's favorite lunch option, but since companies changed, we don't have them on the menu for a meal, but they are available occasionally, and they go quickly. I think those are good.
How much variety is the fruits and vegetables at lunch?
Depends on the kind of
There's
depends on
more
the
like
day.
apples and stuff.
Yeah,
Every
there's
now and
always
again we'll
apples.
get grapes, but that's about it.
I've had the
There's
pineapple
like
pears.
peaches and
One time they gave us mandarin oranges, pineapples, and marshmallows, and that made me happy.
We have a lot of vegetables too. Like we have celery, and then they give us bell peppers
salad.
and broccoli.
Salad.
Yeah, they give
The
us
salad is good.
They give us like croutons, bacon bits, sunflower seeds. Yeah.
The salad bar is really good, and it's just like it's an option. If you're gonna eat from the salad bar, you eat from the salad bar. You don't get like the main entree for the meal and the salad bar. They have a smaller one, but when you get the salad bar, you get the lettuce and then you get whatever else you want to put on it. But in order for it to count as a salad bar, you have to put a protein on it. So sunflower, and cheese. So like sunflower seeds, they'll put like ham, turkey, chicken, stuff like that on there for you to put on top. It's pretty good.
No.
As much as we
So
love
like, what grade do you get to when you can leave school to go get lunch? Or
You can do that when you have a car, but you have to be called out by your
Well,
parent.
it can actually, if you get called out for lunch, they're not going to excuse it as an excuse.
So like you have to have an excuse, like a doctor.
We're not encouraging you to lie, but I mean,
If you
that's
want
what
to
it is.
eat
It's what
lunch
people do.
out of school, and you should schedule a doctor appointment around third block. Because that's lunch hour, and if you want to eat out of school, that's the best way to do it, is if you have a doctor's appointment.
You have to bring back a doctor's note.
Yeah.
We don't have off-campus lunch. So.
Yeah.
Does all like the grades eat lunch together, or?
It just depends on like if there's first, second, and third lunch. It just depends on what class you have at that time.
But yeah, there's each grade and each lunch.
For lunch, at your lunch line, you all line up against the wall and they tell you who goes in one by one, right? Don't do that in high school. We have a big entrance. And
Well, what it is it's kind of like it's like a garage door. It's like a garage door opener kind of thing. And there's the two walls, and so what typically happens is you find the freshmen lining up on the two walls, which leaves a wide open path for upperclassmen just to walk right on in. So, if you want to avoid being laughed at.
Here's the deal. In high school, we mob the entrance of the door. There's only one teacher there making sure that everybody goes in when they're supposed to. But if you line up against the wall on the first day, in the first 2 days, it'll be worse. all the upperclassmen will pick on you for the next month. The seniors, the upperclassmen may cut you in line, but there are ways to get around it. Be like, hey, Mr. Conrad, that's a nice tie you got on today. Or like wear school spirit and be like, hey, I wore my Piper shirt for the game tonight, and
Go on in.
Recommendation.
Give yourselves 3.
Yeah. You didn't count them. Like the teachers in front of the lunch line, they can be bribed with your school spirit. Like Mr. Conrad, if it's him, compliment his tie. He will let you like his tie. If you ever want to be one of those seniors who cuts in line, you have to pay your dues as a freshman and as a sophomore, a little bit, not as much. But like
when you hit junior year, you are golden.
Yeah, we're not that.
It's not to be mean. It's not to be hurtful. It's not to like punish you guys. It's
The
just
way it works is
Seniority.
the seniors always cut the freshmen. So when you're seniors, if you want to cut the freshmen,
You have to pay your dues.
cut.
Yep.
Going off of lunch and seniors cutting you, okay, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. It's going to happen.
We will.
Okay? It's going to happen. My freshman year, I remember I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're cutting me. Like, my senior cheerleaders that I was on the team with, be like, sorry, Brittany, you're a freshman. I'm going to have to step in front of you. And you're just, like, standing there, like, what in the world? Okay, I am a cool freshman. There are no cool freshmen. Okay, you are going to get that.
It's just like individual says, hey, you're my freshman buddy, but then they're with other freshmen, and you're like, I'm gonna cut all of you.
They always blame the freshmen.
But the thing
Like
is,
if something wrong happens, they're like, it was a freshman. And we're like, okay.
Is there a lot of drama in high school?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, there is.
Did he say drama?
I'm not drama.
If you can avoid the drama,
It's kinda hard.
Like movies like Mean Girls and like.
There's no plastic. No plastic.
That's fiction.
the cliques, they're a lot more blended than, as you said, in TV shows, because we have students who are interested in drama and in sports, and they do both. So they bring those two circles together, and the lines really blur.
Kids get labeled like nerds, like jocks, and all that
No,
stuff.
it's not like in TV shows. They're not like, oh, the like.
These popular kids.
There's
It's
not the
like
popular
that.
kids sitting at one table, and then the jocks, and then the nerds, and the outcasts. There's not that. You're all mixed in. No one really tells.
There's like a lot of cliques, but it's not
Yeah.
really like, oh, these are the popular kids. Like, oh, these are the
They're
big
not
kids.
labeled.
And the
it's
thing
not-
is like
Little groups of people.
Groups.
a lot of people are involved in a lot of different things, so they have friends in a lot of different cliques. So like they kind of blur the lines between the ones. Like Carmen Ortiz, for instance, she's in theater and she was in sports, but she had an injury, so she can't. So she was like a link between those two groups that brought them together. And there's a lot of students like that where it's not really clear defined lines.
It's not like in the movies. There's not like the jocks at one table. They're all mingled together. Like I have friends who, I know one of my friends is a huge Christian and she's also in band, and she doesn't hang around with like band nerds and Christian nerds and religious people.
It's really blended.
Yeah.
There's just like cliques of people. Like there's always that group of like girls or guys that like kind of just hang out with each other, and that's it. But everyone kind of really just likes each other or
And-
acquaintances.
Oh yeah, like one day you could be with like your main friends, like the people you hang out with normally, and then like another day you'll be with friends that take the same class as you. You know, just it's different area. I mean, it's not like we don't label each other.
Everybody generally gets along, I think.
Yeah, for the most part, depending on like the class. I know like the junior class is really good about like everybody's kind of friends with everybody. I don't know about the sophomore class. The sophomore class is kind of
Some of
cliquey.
us don't like each other.
I think the freshman class is pretty good about everybody being friends with everybody.
I know for the seniors, our class, we used to have a reputation of being super, super, super cliquey. And then that all kind of, like, people used to talk about it all the time, how sophomore English P2, how we had to do this soundtrack to your life project. And you made a CD, and then as part of that, we presented one of our songs to the class, and about what it means to us and how it's impacted our life and what it means to us. And our class had a little bit of everyone in there, like all these kids, like the people who you would see like kind of anti-school, and then the most popular kids in school are like finding common interest and finding someone else to talk to about things. And it really brought our class together. So it kind of brought us in. Go ahead.
Do your friends change? Like,
Oh yeah.
and don't be scared of that. Like, just recognize that your lives are going to go on different paths and try to stay friendly with them, but don't make a whole blow up battleground out of high school because your friends are changing. Just embrace it. In high school, your life goes a completely different direction than you ever thought it would, because you're finding new avenues to go down, you're finding new classes, and with those new classes that you like, you're going to find new friends you wouldn't even think to be your friend, and your lives are going to go in different directions. And you don't want to sit back in high school and say, I spent so much time with that one person. I could have been like spending time with my friends from film studies class and watching more movies outside of class or something. And like, you can just like, don't shut yourself down that way.
I'm not saying that you guys are just gonna like hate each other, but you guys will definitely like learn who your actual friends are. Like if you like if you mess up or something, like if someone's still gonna stick by your side, then that's a good person. But a lot of people will just kind of like.
Yeah, you just have acquaintances that you will talk to and they'll always be like, oh, hey there, you.
Yeah,
those people.
That's kind of happening
they're
to me
gonna
right now.
they're gonna go away, and then you're gonna have only the friends that you actually go, hey, what's up, bro, and all that kind of stuff. Those are the only people that you will have.
But then again, say hurtful things to one another that you know you can't take back, because if you're gonna go your separate ways, it's gonna be a lot better off acting as if you never met each other than walking around the hallways like you hate that person.
Like if you guys like do get in like arguments or something with your friends, like and like don't become friends, they just start drama, like don't make it look like it's bothering you, because then they're just gonna keep adding on to it, and then it's gonna make you feel even worse. If you just go your day and like smile and act like you're just fine, then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Is there a lot of bullying in high school?
We actually started cracking down on that this year. We had the group. Yeah, we had an anti-bully week in October. We had actually these, I don't know how many there were a group of people who went around the entire school getting people to sign this, it was a petition against bullying, like cyberbullying, because there were so many people just in the school who got cyberbullied.
You need to watch what you put on Twitter. If you don't like somebody, don't put something about them on Twitter, because they can take it to the school resource officer, if you know him, Mr. Beshore, and he will call you into the office, and if they want to, they can press charges, and like it's serious. I mean, just posting stuff online, you don't think about it, but you need to watch what you say.
Yeah,
like
anything online stays online, no matter how many times you delete it. If it's online,
There's some kind of link that'll link it to it somehow. Even if you deleted it, it's not really going to be completely deleted, because once it's on the internet, it's on there for good.
And for people being bullied, not just to avoid being a bully, the teachers really are there to help you. Like, they want to talk to you, they want to help you figure it out. It's not going to make the situation worse. And like, a lot of people think, oh, if I tell a teacher, they're going to directly go to that person right away, and they're going to talk to their friends, and they're just all going to come on me because I'm a snitch. It's not going to be like that. Like, honestly, if you go tell a person, Officer Beshore goes to that person, everybody's going to be talking about how that person got in trouble, not how you told on them.
You can definitely remove yourself from the situation. The counselors are there to not necessarily be your friend, but to help you and guide you. Like, the counselors are a great resource to use. Like, if you just want to say, hey, can I come in and talk to you for a little bit, they'll set up a time, if not right then and there.
How many people drop out in high school?
There was one kid who dropped out so
We've had
far.
one this year.
Yeah.
Last year there were about 4. We have a pretty high graduation rate. So there's not very many people.
The only thing like about that is a lot of kids wait till like their senior year to drop out,
which is
like
ridiculous.
halfway through their first semester, which I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't make sense to me because they're almost done. They just have like a couple more months and then they're graduating, but they decide to drop out.
Anything you put your mind to, you can accomplish.
Another
You should drop out of high school.
Another thing, though, is that we have an option to graduate early, which is comparable, not necessarily to dropping out, but you get your diploma in December rather than in May. And so, like, that's something you have to decide for yourself your junior year. And so then the hallways are going to be a lot thinner with seniors second semester, but it's not because we have students dropping out. We just have them achieve their goals earlier than the rest of us.
And also with tech, like there's not very many seniors because a lot of people go to the community college to take technical education classes. And so it's like, it feels like there's a lot less seniors than there really are, but there are a lot of seniors enrolled. I think there's about 140 seniors enrolled, but it's hit and miss if we're all ever there at the same time. So
We'll go you, then girl in the back.
Like, if you get your diploma in December, do you have to take harder classes?
You have to.
Do you have to take summer school?
No, your junior year, what you have to do is you have to go to the counselor's office and tell them that you want to graduate early, and then you have to write a letter to the school board, and they have to approve you to graduate early. And then the second semester of your junior year, you'll take English 4, and then the first semester of your senior year, you'll finish English 4, and then you'll take government. Your first semester or the semester of your senior year.
You just double up on your core classes, basically.
So you don't have as many electives.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I love homecoming. Oh my gosh. Go, absolutely go. I know every year there's a few people that are always like, oh, it's homecoming. I'm not going. I'm going to senior prom. Come on. Okay. Well, obviously, you better be going to senior prom too. But when you graduate high school, like, you won't be able to look back at all those pictures. But I just love you get to dress up and you get to look cute and you get to take tons of pictures, and the next day you get to go on Facebook and stalk everyone's pictures. It's really fun. So you should go.
The thing about it though, my freshman year, I think I did the math. You have about 11 school dances to go throughout high school. After high school, what other reasons do you have to get dressed up all formally? Like, if you decide to be a burger flipper at McDonald's, what reason do you have to dress up for a special event? You don't have to have a date to go with. That's like a huge farce.
It's not a big deal.
It's okay. I went homecoming
with friends.
single. It's okay. And guys, you should ask dates though. Seriously.
But you don't have to though.
The guys stand there. Don't listen to him. And when you go, like, I love you, Alec. All the guys in my class, especially, they stand in a corner and they don't dance. No, it's like you want to be the guy who is dancing with the girls.
There's
okay?
sometimes
Be
like
that
an
guy.
awkward group that's like standing around fist pumping.
There's definitely outside of the group. And then you just like the freshman boys last year were really bad. They just went all out, like flailing chicken arms everywhere and not caring who's looking. It's just all about going and having fun and making memories.
If you can learn to be awkward together, everyone else who's not being awkward with you then become the awkward people. So it's just counteract the awkward. Reflect it.
You need to enjoy high school too. It's not all about schoolwork. Like, you need to go to the games, so you need to be able to stay eligible to do that.
Yeah. Don't be the person who can't go to homecoming or prom because you're ineligible.
And to go off of school spirit, to be honest, we've been lacking it since like my freshman year, which makes me sad because we had a beach-themed spirit day, and literally people came in, the guys came in swim trunks with a shirt and bikini tops over them. Like, they got, you don't remember that?
I do. I remember people would wear shirts.
They would bring, wear floating wings that little kids wear. Like, make it fun. That's all it's there for.
This is for Reese. Is it hard, like, the first day with, like, the different schedule?
I don't know. It's a little hard because you think you're about to get out of class and you don't. But they're just a lot longer. It's not much more difficult than middle school. They're just a lot longer.
It helps too because freshmen go that day earlier, the half day, and so you go through your whole schedule that day too. And there's people there to help you if you can't find your classes.
And they give you like a week or so to get adjusted to before they start counting parties and everything. So like the teachers and upperclassmen are really helpful, or at least we try to be really helpful on helping people get to where they need to be.
Freshman orientation is like the first day. I guess it's like a half day, and you just go to all your classes to get like familiarized. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, that word. Yeah, so you get like cool with all the classes, with all your teachers. You know what you're doing, and like it's only freshmen there, so.
And other upperclassmen, new kids.
Well, yeah, the new people and the freshmen basically. So everybody's just like getting used to what you're gonna do every day in high school. So
And you meet all your teachers, and you see how the classes work, and you explore the building, and
yeah, so it's just pretty cool.
yeah.
We're gonna go here.
Okay.
You.
Okay. Okay, so how long are the passing periods? What do you have like time to do?
5 minutes.
Okay.
You have time to go to one class, to your locker, and to the next class, maybe to the bathroom.
Depending on where your next class is.
It's a little worse than here.
In
Y'all
high
have it
school,
good.
your classes are spread all throughout the building.
Yeah.
So
Some are
you might have
upstairs,
to,
some are downstairs.
yeah, you might have to walk all the way across the school to your locker and then all the way back across the school to your next class.
Yeah,
So if you do, you just have to like go into the class and ask if you can go to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you have enough time and you're not tardy.
How long are your lectures from beginning of school to end?
Our class periods?
Yeah.
They're an hour and a half each.
The classes are an hour and a half.
There's
Yeah,
4
yeah,
classes
we
a
have
day.
4
classes a day.
Alright, so to explain the block scheduling real quick, since we just touched base on it, we have 4 class periods a day, and we have purple days and white days. So your schedule changes depending on if it's a purple day or a white day. And instead of having 8 classes one day, it's extended to twice as long, and it's only every other day. So, excuse me, your purple days are Wednesdays and Fridays, and your white days are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Mondays alternate. And the best way to find out what Monday is going to be is if you post on Facebook what day is Monday, purple or white.
What you are gonna do during assessments is what we do every day. We have purple days and white days. Don't procrastinate with that. Like, get your work done the night you get it, because you'll forget about it. You get homework on one day and you have 2 days, normally have 2 days to get it done. Don't take that for an advantage. I mean, you can take it for an advantage, but
You're going to regret it.
yeah, like if you forget to do it and then you have to turn it in on that day, they're probably gonna take 50% off if you had 2 days to do it.
They take 50% off if it's late one day, then it's down to 0.
Yeah, so it's really important.
I know if you
They're
go
very
like 10
strict on
or
their work.
15% off, but yeah, if it's one day late, it's yeah, not that great.
Does block schedule make the day seem like it goes on forever, or does it make it seem short?
Some days it seems forever because you're just bored in that class, but other days when you actually have work to do, class just flies by and then you're thinking, you just got in here like 10 minutes ago.
It's like first block, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's like first block and second block drag on forever. And then, and third block, you're like, well, I'm almost done. I only have this block, and then the last one, then I get to go home. Where it's like, it bounces back and forth a lot. Yeah.
What about class sizes? Are they bigger or are they smaller?
I mean,
Like
this
this
class
one?
right, yeah, like it's probably.
It depends on the type of class.
The
also.
more challenging the class gets, the smaller it tends to be.
Yeah, like if you take something like choir, there's going to be a bunch of people in there, but like with Spanish, it's going to be like your average size classroom.